Hello everyone, it's nice to meet you again. So, maybe not all of you have seen my last video, and because of that I will introduce myself again. My name is Andrew Wijaya, and now on this occasion I will do a presentation about comparing two countries. The first one is Indonesia and the second one is Japan. So welcome to Indonesia versus Japan. There are three aspects that I want to compare between these two countries. The first one is the GNP. The second one is the birth rate. The third one is the population by age. So, let's begin. Let's go to the next slide. In this slide, you can see that there is a line graph in there. This line graph visualizes the comparison of GNP between Indonesia and Japan in 2016 until 2019. The vertical axis represents the billion US dollars and the horizontal axis represents the years. The line that has red colors represents the Japan, and the line that has orange colors represents Indonesia. Within just a glance, maybe you can take a conclusion from these graphs. The conclusion was there is a huge differences between GNP of Japan and GNP of Indonesia. But let's take a look closer. Let's take a look at Indonesia first. Indonesia. When you take a look at Indonesia, the differences between each years was very little and there's no much difference between them. So we can say that the GNP growth in 2016 until 2019 was stable. And when we see in Japan, in the red line graph, the red line graph was increasing a bit higher than the other years in 2018. So there's a difference between the line graph of Japan and Indonesia. So let's go to the next slide. Now, in this slide, you can see that there is two bar graph. The red bar graph represents the Japan and the orange bar graph represents the Indonesia. This bar graph visualizes the birth rate per 1,000 people in 2018 until 2021. Let's take a look at Indonesia first. In Indonesia, there is a significant decreasing of birth rate per 1,000 people in 2020 to 2021. There is almost 300 difference between them. It means that there is 300 birth rate decreasing of 1,000 people that live in Indonesia. And now let's take a look at the Japan bar graph. When we see in the Japan bar graph, there is no much difference of decreasing of birth rates in each years. So they are decreasing in a stable way. So this is the difference between bar graph in Japan and the bar graph in Indonesia. So let's go to the final aspects, the population by age. So in this slide, there are two pie charts. The first pie chart was the Japan pie chart, and the second pie chart was Indonesia pie chart. Let's take a look at Japan pie chart first. In Japan pie chart, you can see that there is more old people than young people, which most of the people that live in Japan has age around 25 years old until more than 65 years old. But when you see the pie chart in Indonesia, there are more young people over the old people. You can see that there are the people in Indonesia was around 0 until 54 years old, and there is a 11% difference between the graph that has the category of 0 until 14 years old, which in Indonesia there is 24% of people that has that range of age, and in Japan there is only 13%. So in the next category, which is the 15 until 24 years old, you can see the difference that there is a 8% of differences between Indonesia and Japan. And now let's go to the third category, which is the biggest difference in this pie chart. When you see in Indonesia pie chart, there is only 8% of people that has 65 or higher years old. But in Japan, there is 29% of them. Wow, that's very much difference between them. So when you have seen the chart and the graph that I have shown to you, there are 3 questions that we can answer after seeing the graph and the chart. The first question is, which country has the highest GNP growth percentage in total? Yes, the answer is Japan. And now the second question, which country has a significant decrease in birth rate in 2021? Indeed, it is Indonesia. And the last question, which country that has more young people? Obviously, it is Indonesia. So, did you get it all correct? That's all I can tell about the presentation, and I hope you enjoy it, and thank you and goodbye.